Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And yes, guys, we're still giving away 500 XRP, and all you have to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. That is it. You are automatically entered. And if we hit 2K likes today, guys, we'll announce the winner in a live stream, so make sure you do all those steps. Now, I just saw this over on Twitter. It comes from the XRP GOAT, and it says top 5 Ripple investors. He searched it up on Crunchbase here. IDG Capital, SBI Investment, Santander, Core Innovation Capital, Tetragon Financing, or whatever the exact names are. And basically, this might not say too much for you because, well, why would it, right? These are just 5 companies. But once you start to think about that these guys are huge on their own, but they're also invested in Ripple. And actually, you can check out the whole list over on the Ripple website about what type of guys are actually invested in Ripple. You sometimes realize once more that we're not just playing some games here. You know, these are not just small players. These are not just guys that are playing around. These all have thought about Ripple and they've thought about investing. They're like, what is this company about? They explain it. And then they're like, yeah, oh great. Yeah, we want to get in. We want to invest in that. You have to sometimes think about that one. You know, Google Ventures is in there. Andreessen Horowitz is in there. A lot of these guys are so well known in the whole world because they invest in so many huge freaking companies. Now, a part in that is once more that these guys will also have, I guess, the most benefit in Ripple succeeding. So everything in their power, okay, maybe not everything, but at least part of their power is also to make sure that Ripple does good, right? So the connections will be utilized. The connections are kind of, I guess, unmatched here. And that's also why you see some crazy partnerships with SBI. It's because SBI is in Ripple. So it's very profitable for them to get Ripple to a new standard, right? SBI Holdings has invested in them twice in 2 rounds here, you can see. Santander, the partnership is not here because of some miscellaneous connection. No, it's because Santander has invested in Ripple. You can maybe see the other way around. You know, Santander was going to be partnered up eventually. But in my opinion, just see it like Santander has the highest benefit in utilizing XRP, so ODL as well, because they're all connected. You know, it's all a circle going around. Accenture working with Ripple. We all know how that's working. We all know the connections they're going to be putting forward and so forward. You guys could just say that about a lot of these companies they're working with. It's just sometimes fun and really important to realize that there's just a huge amount of players here that are really eyeing Ripple's success and really, really want it and will actually do their best to get it there that we sometimes forget about. You know, sometimes we forget that these guys are really doing their best and that they're also there. It's not just Ripple and a couple of guys behind computers. No, this is a multi-billion-dollar company we're talking about, sometimes valued at $6 to $12 billion. So yeah, guys, don't forget that. All right, however, we're talking about stakes, right? Goldman Sachs offloads stake in Ripple partner MoneyGram. I would actually find it really cool if these guys were to also make an easy graph or an easy table, I should say, about what exactly Ripple is into. Because you can see partners and initiatives, but I would like one to see acquaintances or acquirings. You guys know the word I'm looking for here. Just one of those ones. So just easily see exactly what companies are into and with what share. Because that could help us a little bit surrounding this, right? Because we know Ripple is in MoneyGram, but what other companies are they in? I actually don't know too much. Investment banking giant Goldman Sachs has sold a stake worth $6.5 million in MoneyGram, the remittance partner of Ripple, according to details of a new filing. MoneyGram provides liquidity for Ripple's XRP settlement layer and has worked with Ripple since they began testing the digital currency for international payments back in 2018. Goldman and its subsidiaries informed the US SEC of the sale of the Series D preferred stock in MoneyGram in early August, which saw the company offload 14,000 shares at a value of $6.5 million. The valuation is based on the shares being converted to 1.8 million units of common stock, which at current Nasdaq trading prices equates to around 6.5 mil. Since 2019, they've been receiving payments from Ripple, yada, 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 and I really don't understand why they're doing this, right? Because it's about half of Goldman Sachs' stake in MoneyGram. And the only reason I could think they're doing this is because they know something more than we do, right? Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. MoneyGram is a company which helps with remittances, and in a time of necessity, in a time where the economy is kind of crumbling back up and possibly is going to go, just higher and higher, people are going to be sending a lot of money home, right? So the only reason could, in my opinion, be when they expect these cross-border remittance providers and just these guys like MoneyGram, Western Union and all to fail or to do bad, because people won't have jobs to send money home, or people will be in such losses or such crazy circumstances where they can't just send money home or anything along those lines. Otherwise, why would you get rid of that investment? Maybe they're not like in Ripple. That could also be something, but I don't really see that as something legitimate. So again, guys, help me out with this one. Why are they doing this? Let's theorize. The XRP GOAT also posted something else on Twitter, and I don't know. I didn't even know I was following him, but he's posting some quality stuff. So, oh, nice. Ripple is back to advertising, such a good sign. Now, it's just another picture of Ripple promoting their posts over on Twitter, right? And I don't know if this is forged. I'm going to say it is not, because I do believe Ripple is trying to increase their potential around the world and their presence. And also, a lot of the articles that they make here are not really cool for us or for the basic person who knows about Ripple already, because they're all just the same stuff, and sometimes they're articles from like a couple months old. But I think they're doing that purely to advertise the post that they're doing over on this medium, again, Twitter. I also shared a little bit earlier that I noticed Ripple was posting a lot more on Twitter than usual. The account was a lot more active. Normally they would post anything once every 4 days or so. Right now they're posting once every day, which is a huge increase then all of a sudden. But that's well because they were sharing a lot of articles that are older as well, and just a lot more podcast sharings and all of that. However, it could also be because they're trying to promote a lot of those posts that they're doing that now. And yeah, for Ripple, I think it's just a small feat to get themselves promoted on Twitter. Maybe they want to hit 1 million followers on there. I don't know, but they'll get there soon enough. David Schwartz just posted, "Why is Ken B. Weber in my living room?" And I don't know exactly what this is from, honestly speaking, right? But I'm assuming it's like a sort of interview or webcast or something like that. Ken Weber, head of social impact, Ripple. Maybe it's just a picture that he posted on his computer, on his screen, which, by the way, looks a little bit strange. The rest is also foggy, but the screen itself is like clear as day. I don't know how that works out. But I'm kind of wondering exactly what is going on here. Like, why is he showing this? Unless there's also like an ad or something going on Ripple, on TV, And also, another thing I've been thinking about is, what if Ripple were to become a payment provider themselves? Not a bank. Bank won't be, that would be very, very bad. But like a service like MoneyGram, they would just do it themselves. Become like that guy who's sending money across the world in the simplest way. They just open offices everywhere, or just be online, I guess, to send money across there. Because right now, they're just the middle company that's in the background, but they're not really the end companies as well. And I know they're not focused on that, but maybe that's within their second vertical, maybe to also get, real stores and things like that to do such things. Because thinking about it, they could also have such a huge presence, as there would be many, many people using it, and just no questions asked, since it's really the cheapest. However, yeah, maybe it would just hurt their bonds that they have with a lot of these remittance providers, and maybe also cut their profits in a huge, ton, and maybe also increase the cost, as they would have a lot of overhead all of a sudden now. Yeah, and that's where I'm like, maybe not, but maybe, it's something I'm thinking about here. By the way, I'm always talking about how crypto can help out a lot of these countries, right? Because, well, if you're making payments cheaper, like we just saw with the Philippines, like we just saw with Vietnam and a lot of other countries, you also might help the economical situations out a ton. Cryptocurrency business capable of boosting Nigeria's economic growth. By Tony Udemba, Mr. Ngige Chukwuebuke Emmanuel, founder and CEO of KDB's Hub, a fast-rising e-commerce and multi-purpose cryptocurrency firm, has enjoined Nigerians to embrace the diverse opportunities that exist in the digital currency ecosystem, even as he described the cryptocurrency business as being dramatic and dynamic, with huge potentials to boost the nation's economic growth. And fun fact here is, again, a fast-rising e-commerce and multi-purpose cryptocurrency firm. So I find it a little bit strange, because e-commerce and multi-purpose crypto firm, that kind of sounds odd to me. However, the fact that it's an e-commerce company means there's a good shot at them eventually hopping onto Ripple or working with them, right? Because we saw their new preference and their new priority from Ripple's ODL specifically is focused on exactly this, the e-commerce and SMEs and all of that, but also having the connection with already being a multi-purpose cryptocurrency firm. Yeah, I mean that makes the connection just broader and just better, right? And also, logically speaking here, whenever we're talking about Nigeria, at this point I would say, not everybody's that poor there. Not trying to say anything like that, or not everybody's trying to send money from other countries back to Nigeria necessarily. But what I do know is that if some in that country are emancipating here, it could help out so many people across the world as well, right? I think that's logical for everybody to think about. But also for the people that are sending money home, this connection and just the way that they're working in there could open up a lot more for the future. I think you guys all get what I'm trying to say. Max Kaiser. Warren Buffett will start panic buying Bitcoin at 50,000, just like Peter Schiff. Now, this is something we went over in my previous video here, explaining how it could be that Warren Buffett is going to go heavy into crypto. It could also be that he's going to ignore it for the rest of his life. However, most likely these guys will either hop on once it's already sky high, or always keep hating it. There's no in between. I don't really see them buying into it right now, like the rest of us. I think they're going to be waiting for the last moment where they just can't deny it anymore. However, again, that's not so important. I don't know if they'll really even get into it. Peter looks like the type of guy to be too stubborn to ever buy into it. And the rest of the situation I went over earlier today already, so I don't think it's necessary to go over. U.S. Post Office patents a novel blockchain-backed mail-in voting system. Once more, very, very good to see. We'll see Bitcoin, blockchain, crypto get adopted at many, many, many more points as we continue on in this world. We see VeChain for a lot of really, really important things. We see XRP for a lot of really, really important things. We're starting to see Chainlink used for a lot of important things. And of course, piece by piece, also Ethereum. But from the other side, the companies and the entities that are using it, the U.S. government is starting to piece by piece get it out there. And within that, of course, the SEC. Here now the U.S. Post Office, and it's all just the start because a lot of things can be done in a decentralized fashion, and they would most likely work the best way, right? Think about just a normal voting system, just the traditional voting system. It's never really legit, at least in our opinion, because there's no way to check it. The way the U.S. works, you can't really say whether or not anything is legitimately voted for, or if it's just, somebody made it out to be this way. Because if you have a group of, let's say, 20 people that are all, working together within the same organization, even though they might, say they hate each other, maybe they don't, you can still fraud the whole freaking place, right? And I don't know, they work with representatives and everything in the U.S., right? It's a little bit of a stranger country, not a real democracy. There's still always potential and always ways to scam people or to really monopolize your position. Not monopolize, to corrupt. To become corrupt and to just use money as if you were to want to influence something. Lobbying is also something that's always being done, right? We all know it. That's the one that's allowed. However, there's also, of course, the non-lobbying, or at least lobbying that we don't see, where people are just getting paid heavily to put things into motion and all of that, which actually coincides with Ripple once more, where I'm like, they know over at Ripple, know a lot more than we actually make it out to be. And of course, Ripple is working with lobbyists as well. Of course they are. I mean, who can deny that? To get themselves a better position in this economy right now. But another part of it could be that Ripple is just trying to pull their ties as much as they can to just make sure that everybody will use it, right? Or to make sure that it's really necessary, or to make sure that they're getting the name out there to multiple places. Because again, keep in mind what type of companies they're working with here. There is a lot of strings that could be pulled. There are a lot of integration that can get easily, and there are a lot of really, really crazy managers relying on this partnership, or at least this funding or this company to do well. Including us, because of course Ripple has the best interest in XRP going up. We all want XRP to go up. Eventually it'll happen. Right now though, let's just wait it out and enjoy the cheap buying while we still can. Let's wait for these 1,200% gains. Guys, that was it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care everybody, and have a very, very nice day.